Everybody doing Monday. I haven't done a show since Wednesday. Felt good. Felt good. My last show with Aiden Carney went pretty well. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it in a while, a lot of things have been happening since then. A lot of news. I've been working on kind of relaxing, following up on some things in life, enjoying it. We're going to talk about this Bederow, this new Bederow letter, and speculate and go back on timelines, relive some things, going back to December of 2023, going into January of 2024, looking at some videos, some timelines. It's going to be fun today, I think. It's not going to be a long show, but a little bit of content. Okay, I always start with the best stuff right at the beginning. I don't make you wait, but I'm going to get into a lot of stuff, a lot of material today anyway. So I hope you check it out. I'm going to play some of the last episode I did with the Grace Curley show. That was fun. I did a phone call every Friday. I'm on there. This coming Friday, I hope to be back in the studio with Grace Curley. That's always the best. Looking forward to doing that again on this Friday. I may play some of the audio, video from last Friday, kind of close out the show today. But to start off, I figured first thing I wanted to do before we even get to this Bederow letter and all the real good stuff that you really want, is just look at this. This was Aiden Carney. I just love this. I love this. We had our interview, and Aiden and I talked about track and field. We talked about events. He did the long jump. He's also a hurdler. I never asked if it was high hurdles or the 300 hurdles. There's the different ones. There's like the 100. I can't remember what it is. 110 hurdles, and then maybe the 300 hurdles. There's two different sets of hurdles in high school. At least I know when I was there. But we got this picture of Aiden Carney in high school doing the long jump. And we also got the Asian Club photo. Yes. And I just love the form. This is a long jumper. Like he may have not been an Olympian, but he's got the form down. He's got what I guarantee you, he stepped right from the line at the right point. I would always screw it up. That's why I gave up the long jump. I was not good at long jump. That's what I talked about when I took it easy during track season. I was a three-sport athlete. I played soccer in the fall. Was an okay soccer player. I could have been better. I had some injury right before the senior season. I was a starter my senior season, but I lost the position to my younger brother, which is wild and well deserving. And then he got sick during his senior year wrestling, which sucked for him. But I came back stronger after the knee injury that senior year and wrestled and then did track in the spring. And I always look at track as the fun because you're outside, you just run a couple races. I was in shape from soccer and wrestling, so I didn't really need to really stress about being in shape for track. So it was a lot of fun. But I just focused on the races. I was good at the races. But Turtle Boy definitely has some skills. I could see it in that picture doing the long jump. It was amazing to talk to him about some of those things. His students, too, one of his students doing great in the NFL. Just amazing. It's great to kind of reminisce and have him share that because I don't know if anyone ever saw that photo before. It's the first time I've ever seen it, and I loved it. No, I didn't. I played. Yeah, you call it football. I did not play American football. My mom wouldn't sign the permission slip. I would have been a football player. Instead, I played soccer, which is just as dangerous if you look at the statistics. One of her friends in high school broke his back or something and got paralyzed playing high school football. And she would never allow us. She wouldn't allow us to wrestle either until one of our friends' parents actually finally talked her into it. That's why I only wrestled junior year. So, but soccer was okay. Soccer and track definitely okay. But let's a couple other things too before we get to this. Is everything good too? Is everyone my volume good? All that? Been away. I'm a little rusty. These guys are still at it. You remember I put that witness intimidation video out maybe about a week ago with all their screenshots. We got more of them tonight. I'm just going to start sharing them. I think I need to make a new witness intimidation video, but it's hilarious that they come out and national media, the McAlbert crew, crying about witness intimidation and how they're being harassed. And Michael Morrissey is no longer answering their phone calls. The witness advocates, oh, and here's Sean McCabe, one of the McAlberts, basically harassing, doing the same shit to the juror, Paula Prado. And these phonies, they're just they're going on and on. They lost. There's nothing they can do. It's all over. You can be mad at Morrissey. I'm looking forward to Kate Peter going to putting out her Morrissey video. And that's what they thought this wasn't about John O'Keefe. This was about them. This is about Sean McCabe. It's about Jennifer McCabe. This is about the McAlberts. This is what it was about. And Michael Morrissey isn't supporting the McAlberts enough now. And all of them, all their police officers that they called, the ones that they denied, that Kate Peters denied speaking to, and all those, if you've been here like I have since August of 2023, you've seen the arc of this story, and you've seen me go at Kate Peters over and over and over again about her association with Buchanan, Proctor, Tully, Morrissey, Mello, and everything that has been coming out from Aiden's defense backs it up. And you can see where this is going. We're going to talk more about this today. But look at this. This is another one. Another witness harasser. Mama Latima, she got her account suspended today. Like these people are such losers. All of them. The ones who threatened to sue us, that threatened to throw us in jail. December 2023, January 2024, you guys all threatened me. You call me a criminal. And now look at you. Now look at y'all. Let's just throw up some more files. I just gathered some files today. Some of these are going to be random order. Oh, this is the one I don't want to put up right now. Funny. All right. Now we're going to get to that in a minute. Couple more. Let's get which one I haven't done yet. Some balls today. Let's try this one. Oh, again, it's more. All right, I'm going to skip them. But I just had more of these witness intimidator screenshots to share, but I don't have them organized, so I'm just not going to do it right now. Maybe the next show. I think I'm going to put a video together. I think that's best, actually. But what I do want to go to, here we go. Is this affidavit? And I'm not going to go line by line. I think everybody's seen it so far. I think most people, especially after Turtle Boy went through it, see a lot of what the redactions are about. You can kind of read between the lines, especially the first ones, especially the ones that have to do with the fake victim in KP and their interactions and how it was set up, right? What I wanted to focus on was this curious part, this part that I think I have some questions about. And I have to say, I don't know. I'm speculating like everybody else. I haven't asked Bederow or Bradle or Turtle Boy what's being blocked out there because it's impounded. And I'm not going to put them in that situation. I don't want to put myself in that situation. So, like everybody else, I'm speculating on what's in there. But what I'm looking at right now, my indication is like to look back to January 3rd on this one. And this is, I think, a pivotal one. It says on January 3rd, 2024, Miss Peter emailed Mr. Mello, blacked out. Basically, it looks like, two, almost 3 lines of text here, blacked out. 2 full lines, and then, basically what you'd add up to probably a half between these 2 lines up here. So basically 2.5 lines of text have been blacked out. And then it says, demand is made for the names of the 27 people referenced by Miss Peter and any information they provided, and for a copy of the provided by Miss Peter to Mr. Mello on January 3rd, 2024. So she's emailing information about 27 people on January 3rd of 2024. And just today, I just went through my timeline, going back to see where I was at that point and where we all were at that point. And if you look at this date specifically, this is after I've done 2 shows calling out these folks. And I was calling them rats. It was like, why are Mass State Police rats harassing me? Why are they calling me criminals? Why are they saying I did wiretapping? Why are they saying I did witness intimidation? Why are they saying that I edited audio that I never edited? Why are they saying that I put out audio and video that I never put out? Why are they asking me to speak to Brian Tully? It's all in there. I got 2 videos of it. And then after this, after this January 3rd date, maybe a week later, I put out my infamous video that's now been put on private because Kevin and them get off on that video so much. It's basically my playing possum video. That's basically what it was. It was me playing possum, make sure I had a criminal defense attorney trying to stall if they were actually going to charge me with criminal. I was worried they're going to show up and just arrest me while I'm walking dogs. You know what I mean? I want to get all my shit in order. It was that tense around here. And so to look at this, to see during that period of time, knowing all that was going on, what do I think? What do I think? And what should we all think? And I want to ask you all right now in the chat, the 1,000 of you watching, especially the ones who were there. If you were watching, I know a lot of you weren't, in August of 2023 to like December, January, especially December, January, 2023 to 2024, that Christmas, that New Year. Because this is when the demand is. The demand is made for the names of the 27 people referenced by Miss Peter and any information they provided, and for a copy of the provided by Miss Peter to Mr. Mello on January 3rd, 2024. What do you think that is? Because I have a couple scenarios. And either way, they're not good for KP and the government. Mm. See, this is what she's trying to pin on a lot of us. And this is why I think I'm going to just say it. I think the 27 people is either one or two things. It's either 27 other fake victims that she created, that she went through anybody that Aiden ever crossed or wrote a bad story about, and she contacted them. And when I was playing possum, pretending, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, I'm taking a break, all that shit, right? I shut my shit down for a couple weeks. They were all hitting me up. And they're all telling me, there's all these other victims that Aiden has done sex crimes and sex extortion for decades, and there's hundreds of them, and they're all organizing. And I don't know what the frick's going on. I can't even talk to Aiden because he's in jail. So I'm like, what the? And it was all lies. It was all lies. So it's either that. It's either 27 other fake victims, a list of them, or it's 27 of us. It's 27 of us that she was going to claim we were witness intimidating. Is a list for, I believe, for Morrissey and Mello to start going to send people, more door knocks, more people getting their shit searched and their houses raided. And I'd say the people on the list, or even saying, these are the 27 people who had access to Aiden's video that he did the wiretapping and all this unsubstantiated bullshit. That's what I believe the 27 people are. Yeah. Yeah. Either 27 other fake victims or 27 people that they wanted to target. And I would say if there were 27 people on the list would be like the Glera, because they went after him. I'd say Microdots was definitely on the list. I would say myself, obviously, definitely on that list. Tom CPU and anyone else that posted any shit at the fake victim during that period of time. Anybody that had a Facebook or especially a Twitter account, if you posted the name, if you posted horrible things at the fake victim, you could get on that list of 27 people. That's what I think it was. And if that's the case, this is a great defense for Aiden. Why didn't they go? Why, if this is so serious, why didn't they go and investigate me? Why didn't they come to my house? That's the thing. All the posturing that they sent at me, all the threats that they sent at me online, it scared me enough to go get a criminal defense attorney. It scared me enough to make a list of people, a list of phone numbers and all my shit, my customers for my girlfriend in case I got locked up and who to call and all the shit that I had to do just in case the cops showed up in my house and took me away like they did to Aiden. It was that concerning to me, but they never actually ever knocked on my door. Why not? Why didn't they knock on my door? That's a good defense for Aiden. Why didn't they follow up if there's 27 names? Because they know she's full of shit. Because they know she's a liar, right? Or if there's 27 fake victims that she alleged is, all this other crap, then why didn't they follow up with them? And who did they follow up with? So you could see where this is going, and you could see how concerning this is. Imagine the state police are taking 27 names from this crazy lady who's got open criminal charges. I guess her charges are closed now. I guess she got off because basically, it's unbelievable. This whole thing. What the duck just gifted 5 Young Jerks memberships. Thank you so much. What the duck? I love it. Yeah, they were coming. If you placed a duck outside, you might be on the 27. This was before the ducks, though. This was early on. This was. Do you remember this? The big ones they were going after were Microdots and me, especially, and the Glera. I don't even know if the Glera was aware that they were. I know for a fact that they wanted to go after him too, because I started talking to these people. I started getting them telling me what was actually going on, who was talking to who, and that's when I found out that Kevin, yeah, Kevin from Yellow Cottage Tales was in frequent contact with Chris Albert as well as the Proctors. So this was in 2023, 2024. All the shit went down. And this is when KP has a list of 27. 27. What's the list of 27 people? What do you all think? Do you think it's 27 fake victims that they were trying to create, or do you think it's 27 free Karen Reed people that they were targeting, that they wanted the state police to go knock on the doors of and harass and try to get to come up with stories? What do you think? Yeah, exactly. Glera did pretty much ignore it. He just like, yeah, yeah. I think it's free Karen Raiders or fellow conspirators. It could be. I mean, it could be. That's the question. You know, I think this Bederow letter is amazing, even with all the impoundments, because you can see where they're going with this and why this is not good for Norfolk County. This is not good for the DA's office. 27 names. 27 names. What the hell is going on here? 27 names. And K. Peter for months and months and months has said, "No, I don't communicate with these people. I've only talked to Tully once. Yeah, I've only reported something once or twice." Exactly, that too. Mm. And the thing is that 27 is an interesting number, isn't it? Yeah, it is interesting. Like Turtle Boy said, she says 27 every time. It's like a just a meaningless number. And my birthday is on the 27th, so there you go, right? I'm in the 27 club right there. Think about that. My birthday is on the 27th. So, yeah, I figured just that's all I want to say about the Bederow letters. Like you can go back and remember what was going on back then. Yeah. And I think it's like Aiden said too, a lot of this is all bullshit. Like you don't did she ever even supply them a list? That's what I want to know. Or did she just say she had 27 names, you know? It's a demand for let's read that again too, just to demand is made for the names. So they're asking for the names. Demand is made for the names of the 27 people. And they were referenced by Miss Peter. See, I'm just wondering if she just said there were 27 people or she actually made a list. That's what I'm wondering. But they're requesting it, so that makes me think that they know she did have a list. I wonder if she. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, it's her list. I know all the musicians die. Yeah, at age 27. It's 420 plus seven. You know. I got an interesting birthday. Let's put it that way. All right, so like I said, I'm doing a very quick show today. I'm gonna go cook some steaks, and I'm not sure when I'll be back. I'm really not. It's just like I'll do a show when I feel like it right now. I'm just kind of trying to enjoy this time right now, but kind of trying to keep up for everything a little bit. So I'm not really missing things. I'm just I feel like I need to go live every night right now. Yeah, I'm catching up on life. I'm finishing my last. I've done implants over the last couple of years. I'm finishing my last two in the next week. I'm getting some more cavities fixed. Oh, I always have cavities. It's ridiculous. Um, and then I'm probably going to get my new glasses eventually, and maybe a new phone, and who knows what else. Yeah, maybe get some new clothes so I don't look like a bum. People say I look like a bum. They say I look homeless. I don't know any homeless that live as good as I do. I just don't. I'm just saying, you know. But let's it's funny because I couldn't like back in the day when I was in my 20s or even my 30s or maybe even my 40s, I feel like I could have been homeless and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But today I am way too soft, people. I could still go at it, but geez, I sleep on a floor every night. No freaking way. I have the best life here. I'll just say that. I'm far from homeless. I'm too soft to be homeless now. It's true. Let's play this video. This is it. You go, hobo. If I could actually order clothes online that I knew would fit, I would order them online. Never leave I hate going to the stores. That's my problem. I do need some new clothes actually. Um, I did buy some stuff. Bought some sneakers online. Those were nice. But buying clothes online. Do people buy clothes online? I see it. I just don't trust it. Really don't trust it. I feel like you got to go to the store still for clothes. I take waiting in lines, going in there, looking at it, yeah. Measure yourself, yeah. I'd just rather eat some ribeyes, hang out tonight. I don't want to go to like Marshall's or wherever. What am I looking for? I know what I'm looking for. Hold on, hold on. Stop the screen. Oh, you know what I want to do too? I want to play this guy. Hold on, hold on. This before we go to the final. We got to play this guy. This is only a minute. This is something that happened since Wednesday, I guess, since I've haven't done a show besides the Grace Curley show. We did discuss it in the Grace Curley show. I'm going to play that clip as well, but I want to get him up on the screen. Can you see him right now? The police commish. This was amazing. This was hilarious to see this guy basically get up there and be like, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't know the girl. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything." This guy, he thinks it's going to go away. He thinks this is going to go away. This is not. This is the police commissioner of Boston, who his claim to fame, how he got his job is he was undercover chasing a suspect, and some other police officers didn't realize it, came along and beat the living crap out of him and like left him for dead. They knew he was a police officer when they left him. He almost basically died. He had like a broken jaw and all that crap. And then he tried to get his money from it, and it didn't go along. So he like low key sued them, but he never actually like ratted on any of the cops. Like he's a thin blue line. Think about it. He kept his mouth shut, so now he's police commissioner after they beat him up. So that's who the police commissioner is now. And here he is. Here he is thinking this is going to go away. This is hilarious. And I got to say, props to the Boston media for finally asking some questions to these people. And boo to the handlers trying to, move them away. Give me a break. Let the guy speak. Let the guy tell his truth.
You got a visit from Officer Kelly Dever. The defense implied that you influenced her testimony. Do you want to respond to that?
I have nothing to do with. I have nothing to do with Karen Reed. Matter of fact, I didn't even know this person was associated with the Karen Reed case. I have an organization full of over 3,000 people.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know that young lady. I had no sexual relationship. This guy, come on, man. Nobody's buying
We
it.
support all our folks, and the reality is that um, you know I get information passed on whether people are high or low, and I encourage everyone. Right, and if you're going to work here and you belong here, then we're going to encourage you. I have no idea what they're talking about with Karen Reed. It had nothing to do with Karen Reed. No discussion
Did
about
you
Karen.
tell Officer Dever to do the right thing?
I didn't know she was even associated with that case. So, I don't know. I was struck like, what do I have to do with the Karen Reed race? I never have said those words together. And so the fact is, it's much to do about nothing. We have employees here that
Yeah, you were very careful not to say Karen Reed. We already established that, sir. That's already been established. It's funny that you lead with that because no one ever said that you said anything about Karen Reed. What Devers said, if you if you watched her statement, sir, what did she say? She said she took you had a meeting with her 101, a first year recruit, and told her to do the right thing with a wink and a nudge, right? Nobody ever said anything about Karen Reed, but you didn't have to say Karen Reed. That's the point of this, dude.
You have to develop and encourage and do things, and I do that for tons of our employees.
Do you feel that you were inappropriately drawn into this as some sort of boogeyman?
That case is over.
Tons of employees. What about every single recruit? How many of your first year employees do you meet with in private, sir? That's what I want to know. Like that's not bullshit. Answer that question.
And we've got a lot of other stuff to talk about. I have nothing to do with Karen.
We got a lot of other stuff to talk about. Nothing to do with Karen Reed. That guy's so full of it. So full of it. He wants it to go away, and his little minions push out the press. Oh, we're all done here. We're all done. Last question. No more questions. You guys are asking real questions. What do you think this is? What do you think? Boston's a first-class city? We're just a backwater of corruption. We're not gonna actually take real questions from the city of Boston to the police commissioner. What are you doing here, dudes? Let's end this press conference. That's what they did. Yeah, that case is over, right? Nothing to see here, folks. Exactly. Nothing to see. Like, we're going to fall for that. Like, we just didn't have the biggest month ever on YouTube here. Like people are going away. It's unbelievable how stupid they are. All right, this is the Grace Curley Show. This was my last appearance on Friday. I was on the phone. This is Grace from the studio. You can hear the audio. And we're going to play some of this today. You can also check her out. She's got a iTunes. You can subscribe to the Grace Curley Show on iTunes. It's also on the Howie Carr Radio Network on the Facebook page. You can watch it live there every Friday when I'm on, but they're on Monday through Friday. They're also on Rumble on the Grace Curley Show. You can look it up there on Rumble and follow there. She's got a Twitter. Make sure you follow her. She's got a syndicated radio show on the Howie Carr Radio Network, and I am a guest every Friday on there, and I've been quite enjoying it. It's been awesome. It's been something I'm proud of. You know, it's just pretty wild to be on the Howie Carr Radio Network every week. So let's play it. I'm going to play this from Friday. This was last Friday. And again, I'll be on there again on this Friday. What I like about these two is when I'm on Fridays, they replay them on Saturday. So on RKO, at least the flagship, biggest station I believe that they're on in Boston, 680 a.m. Boston, they replay it on Saturday. So you can always watch it on Friday when it's live or Saturday when they replay it in the afternoon. I usually catch it on the replay while I'm driving around doing my errands, which is fun. But I love it and looking forward to being on there again this Friday, hopefully live in the studio. Usually I'm on at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time on WRKO 680 AM in Boston and like a bunch of over a dozen stations all over New England. It's syndicated. All right, let's play the video. This is it. This is all I'm going to do tonight. Maybe I'll take some calls too. We'll see. If anyone wants to call in. You know what I'm going to do right now? Before I play this, I'm going to share the StreamYard link. If you want to call in on StreamYard, I will take your call. And this is the one you can talk about anything tonight. I know I pushed some people off last time. I wouldn't want to talk about stuff. But today's fine. I'm going to open it up. But what I'm going to do is I want to play the video first. And then if you call, I'll bring you up then. But I'm going to post a link now. If anyone calls, you can sit and watch it in the green room if you want. Make sure your audio is on. And then I'll pull you up after this video is over. The video is, I think, only like 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm going to play the video right now first. Yeah, it's 13 minutes long.
Grace Curley, host of the Grace Curley Show.
Grace Curley.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Grace Curley Show. We have Mike Crawford from the Young Jerks joining us now, and we have a lot to go over here. First up, Mike, before we get into the Boston Police Chief's recent statement about Kelly Dever and the Karen Reed trial, and we're going to play a lot of that sound for the listeners who may have not caught it yet. I first would love to get your reaction to Sergeant Yuri Buchanan being removed from the DA's office and placed on desk duty, and also Shannon Burgess's profile on the Aperture website disappearing. I don't think there's any question this is the Karen Reed effect at play, but do we think we'll see more of this? Is this part of reform? Does this make you happy to see that something is happening as far as accountability goes, or is this all just posturing from the powers that be?
Well, I think it remains to be seen if it's posturing, but I'm happy to see it. And I think it's exciting. There's memes out now, how many folks have gone down, resigned, been rehomed. It's endless now. And I think Yuri definitely deserved it, but I want more transparency on why. We want to know why. Why did they decide to do this? Who made the decision? Was it the state police colonel who ultimately made, obviously, the decision, I'm assuming, but did DA Morrissey have anything to do with it? We'd love to know the reasons why, and to see if there's more to this, because I feel like they should be investigating a lot more into this entire situation. So yeah, I like it happened, and hoping to see more. So.
Yeah, we're getting some critical details about the Karen Reed trial and how much was spent on it. Obviously, we know this was a very expensive, I think the most expensive OUI case in the history of Massachusetts. But Christina Rex from WBZ yesterday put out that from November 1st, 2024 to June 8th, 2025, Hank Brennan, who is obviously the lead prosecutor in this case, was paid $566,000 for his prosecution in the Karen Reed retrial. What first is your opinion of that price tag, Mike? And have you heard from other people who watch your show, who follow Turtle Boy, who I know who you spoke to recently? What do people make of that price point for Hank Brennan's performance?
It's huge. Attorney Bederow just posted about it as well. 566,000 reasons why Hank wasn't independent of defending Michael Morrissey. That's what this whole prosecution was. Most expensive OUI conviction in the history. We're just talking 566 for Hank. There's also 400,000 for Aperture. Again, you talked about Shannon Burgess, who lost his job. They spent over $400,000 there. There's the police details. We're talking millions of dollars for an OUI conviction, and no transparency, no accountability on what they actually did here. So I'm glad the reporters are finally, the Boston media is finally doing their job with a lot of this. And that's what's exciting to see is now we get to see where the chip's going to fall when the Boston media, besides Howie's phenomenal. I love the column he just put out. So excited about the latest Howie Carr column. But it's nice to see the TV media start digging in on this stuff too.
Yeah, and speaking of that latest column, I did want to ask you about Aiden Carney and what could come out now that he's involved in his own lawsuit or situation case, I should say. And this is a problem for Michael Morrissey. This could be very embarrassing for him. And for Norfolk County, which has already dealt with a lot of embarrassing information coming out. But now we have these emails and texts that are being impounded by the judge in the Turtle Boy case. What do you expect to see here?
We're expecting to see a Bederow letter. Aiden Carney was on my show 2 nights ago, talked about a new Bederow letter. Bederow letters have been amazing. And apparently Bederow told Aiden this one would be nuclear. This would be the biggest yet. So I'm expecting a Bederow letter, hopefully next week. Hopefully it does get released to the public. And I expect it to be about all of that and possibly about Jean from Dorchester. She signed an affidavit, made some extraordinary claims. Howie named the woman she made claims about, Kate Peter, in the column today. So all of it, I expect this to be explosive. And I raised this question to Aiden the other night. Do you think there's a chance they drop the charges against you? Like Hank Brennan, when he didn't come back and do his rebuttal in the Karen Reed trial right at the end, because it was self-preservation. They are at great danger, I believe, in being exposed. The further they push on Turtle Boy and Aiden, he's got phenomenal lawyers, Attorney Bederow and Attorney Bradel. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm really, before it would seem very tense, and now it seems more like we're getting disclosure. We're going to find out what's going on here very soon.
Yeah, and this week when Aiden was in court in Dedham, he was asking the judge in this case, Michael Doolin, to release some of these emails from impoundment. What do you think of this judge, Superior Court Judge Michael Doolin, and do you think he will release it? I know he's dragging his feet, but how important is it for Turtle Boy's defense that people are able to see these emails?
I think it's very helpful for everybody. The public should have a right to know what's really going on here. So I think that's why it's so important. And I think this judge seems very fair. He seems very smart, sharp, on point, makes decisions quickly. He's going to give the prosecution a few more weeks, but that's it, And what I even asked Aiden this, what could the prosecution say on why they want to block this? What reason could they have not to reveal what's in those emails, especially knowing Aiden Carney knows what's in those emails. His attorneys knows what's in those emails and text messages. So, and I'm sure the judge is going to have an inkling too. So I have a feeling this is going to go in favor of Aiden Carney.
Yeah, I think you're on the right path there. I'm speaking with Mike Crawford from the Young Jerks. All right, so this is the part of the interview that's going to require a little bit of sound because I want everyone to be able to understand exactly what we're going into. So Kelly Dever, I would say, had one of the worst performances on the stand during the Karen Reed retrial. She was extremely combative with Alan Jackson. She was very, very defensive. She was actually the one who he mispronounced her name at one point, and she took that as a major blow to her ego. And one of those back and forths had to do with a conversation that she had with the Boston Police Department Commissioner, Michael Cox. I want to play a flashback here of Kelly Dever, and then we will play Michael Cox's statement on Kelly Dever's performance during this trial. But first, this is a flashback of Kelly Dever with Alan Jackson.
Did you tell the defense that when you were called up to the commissioner's office, he told you two things? Commissioner Cox told you, number one, the Boston Police Department supports you, and Officer Dever, do the right thing.
So he said my name correctly. He said Dever, and
that's my mistake. Let's see. You want me to repeat the question so I get
So,
right?
Mr. Jackson, let's go ahead and answer, please.
yes, and he said nothing with the intent of guiding me one way or the
What
other.
his intent was, madam. I asked you what he said to you. What were his words to you?
That he supports me.
And
Just wanted me to tell the truth up here.
his words were, do the right thing, right?
I don't recall.
Okay, so that was a really memorable moment from Kelly Dever. And the BPD commissioner, Michael Cox, was asked about this by WCBB.
Did you notice that Dever said to tell he wanted me to tell the truth, to do the right. She basically acknowledged that he knew. Right? Let's play that again. I'm going to play that. I want to get the word for word down. I'm looking at the LTL video. By the way, that LTL video is not new. That's from 2023. That was, it's funny. We're all looking back on history, right? That was back in 2023, that video he just put out. Let's listen to that again.
By WCBB. Let's first play cut 6.
Your name came up during the recent Karen Reed trial. You got a visit from Officer Kelly Dever. The defense implied that you influenced her testimony. Do you want to respond to that?
I have
Let's play cut 6.
I don't recall.
Okay, so that
Just wanted me to tell the truth up here.
He just wanted me to tell the truth up here. He just wanted me to tell the truth up here. That's acknowledgement that he knew she was testifying right there, right? He just wanted me to tell the truth up here. Up where? Right? That's acknowledgement. So one of them's lying. Is it Michael Cox or is it Kelly Dever? I think it's Michael Cox. I do. He just wanted me to tell the truth up here. Truth. What kind of truth? The thin blue line truth? Just wanted me to tell the truth up here. That's what she said. But we got a poll going too now on YouTube about what you guys think about KP. I'm going to check in on that in a second.
Thing, right?
I don't recall.
Okay, so that was a really memorable moment from Kelly Dever. And the BPD commissioner, Michael Cox, was asked about this by WCVB. Let's first play cut 6.
Your name came up during the recent Karen Reed trial. You got a visit from Officer Kelly Dever. The defense implied that you influenced her testimony. Do you want to respond to that?
I have nothing to do with Karen Reed. Matter of fact, I didn't even know this person was associated with the Karen Reed case.
I love how you guys all say they're both lying. At different times, I believe they are, yeah. But in that instance, I don't think she's lying when she says, he told me to tell the truth. You know, I think that's her truth. Like, he did tell her. He did tell her something about that. He was aware. I believe that he was aware, obviously. So there was some truth in that statement from her, even though I don't find her truthful overall. Absolutely. It's freaking hilarious, isn't it? We got a poll right now. The poll in the YouTube right now leading it is what I started with, but it's not like an overwhelming majority. It's 49%. I said the list of 27 is the fake victims. You know, does she have a list of 27 fake victims of Aiden? The fake, more, or was it free Karen Reed targets? 49%. That is the leader. Or none of the above is 15%. I'd love to hear from none of the above. What else could it be, do you think? Because I'm not, could be something else that I'm not thinking of, but I'd love to hear what you think it could be if you're none of the above. 49% right now say free Karen Reed targets. That is leading the poll. That the list of 27 is free Karen Reed targets. You agree with me? All right, we'll check in on that more. Let's play the rest of this video.
I have an organization full of over 3,000 people, and we support all our folks. And the reality is that, I get information passed on, whether people are high or low, and I encourage everyone, right? And if you're going to work here and you belong here, then we're going to encourage you. I have no idea what they're talking about with Karen Reed. It had nothing to do with Karen Reed.
Did you tell Officer Dever to do the right thing?
I didn't know she was even associated with that case. So, I don't know. I was struck, like, what do I have to do with the Karen Reed race? I never have said those words together. And so the fact is, it's much to do about nothing. We have employees here that we have to develop and encourage and do things, and I do that for tons of our employees.
Do you feel that you were inappropriately drawn into this as some sort of boogeyman?
That case is over, and we've got a lot of other stuff to talk about. I have nothing to do with Karen Reed.
Mike, I know you have. We're good here. Mike, I know you have very strong feelings on this cut, and you've been posting about it. You've been looking forward to talking about it on the show. Give us your take on those comments from Michael Cox.
Man, I felt like it felt like Bill Clinton. Remember Bill Clinton? I didn't have relations with that lady. That's the way it felt like. And someone posted a meme about that as well. And it's just, why did he meet with her? He doesn't have much disclosure on why he met with her and how often does he meet with first-year officers. He admitted he met with her, but he's denying he said anything to her. It's very suspicious. His demeanor, too, his smiling, and if you see the video, it's very strange. And you could tell that they wanted him not to speak on that. That was the end of the presser. That was the last question. So it's funny. So, yeah, we want more disclosure. Why was he meeting with her? How often does he meet with first-year police officers?
Yeah, I think that there's so many questions involved here, and I agree with you. You can hear his handlers at the end there trying to wrap this up, and I'm getting this sense that everyone is just hoping, which actually kind of plays into what we were just talking about with Turtle Boy's case. Everyone is just hoping that this will now go away. It's such an embarrassment for all of these different agencies, for all of these different organizations, and they're kind of like they don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, and they're really just hoping and praying that the media will let up and drop it, and so they can move on. And that might be another reason why, to your point, that Turtle Boy might actually, it bodes well for him, because this thing stinks to the high heavens, and everybody, the more they go after him, the more people are going to focus on this and ask more questions.
Absolutely. And that's the thing that they have to know, is this is not going away. This is not going away until Morrissey goes away. He's maybe running for re-election. Two of the candidates in the race have asked him to resign. And, you know, these are attorneys. These are not unserious people running against him for re-election. So this is not going away. So they have to recognize that. And I can't believe the police commissioner kind of nonchalantly thought this was over. It's not over. There's more interest in this than ever before, actually. So they need to adjust.
Yeah, and I notice this with a lot of higher ups now, whether it's politicians or just, people who are running agencies or have these powerful positions, where they make the mistake of kind of minimizing people's interest or outrage over something. And they kind of give you the, oh, well, you're still talking about that. Who cares about that? The case is over. And that's a recipe for disaster too, Mike, because that's not how you handle it. If people feel as though they've had the wool pulled over their eyes, or you're lying to them, that's a problem for you. It doesn't matter if it's a month after the verdict or 2 months after the verdict or 2 years after the verdict. That's an issue. Mike Crawford from the Young Jerks. Everybody follow him at the Young Jerks. It's JURKS. I know.
Show. Thanks to Grace and the Howie Car Radio Network for having me on every Friday. Someone noted, which I noticed too, I do sound different. It's on my crappy cell phone that I definitely should upgrade. This phone's got a lot of issues. I definitely need a new phone. I listened to that and I'm like, damn, I should have been in the studio. What do you like better? Do you like me better on the microphone, and it's funny, different mics I sound differently. I don't know if I like this mic. I don't think I still feel it sounds way too distorted. I need to get this mic working like I used to have the other mic. I don't know. What do you like better? Some people said they like me better on the cell phone. I think I need whatever makes me sound smooth. Like it on the microphone, yeah. You think if I got a new iPhone, it would help? If I got the iPhone 17 or whatever it is, I can get one of them. I just don't want to sit there for 2 hours in the freaking place and have them, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. And, oh God. And then hoping that they get all my files onto the new phone. That always drives me crazy too. I don't have fry. See, I hear the fry. I think I do have fry. I think I don't like listening. I tortured myself just now listening to my voice. And then I listen to Grace's voice. She's got a good radio voice. Grace is really. The wiretapping case. There you go. Yeah. Yep. And I would think I'm on that list since they asked me to go speak to Tully. Mike, if you don't speak to Tully, you're next. Accusing me of wiretapping, accusing me of altering video or audio, I guess it was. I never even uploaded it. The only thing I ever did was listen and review audio from a source. That's all I did. You call that witness intimidation? Come on. Reporting. All right, we do have someone that's on the line. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a call from Randy. This could be dicey. Anytime I have a Randy, I get worried. Could be crash test Randy. I don't know who this is going to be. What wiretapping case? Yeah, exactly. They were trying to get it out that Aiden did wiretapping to his girlfriend when he recorded this audio of her in the night, the incident. Let's take the call from Randy. Let's see what Randy thinks. They were just trying to basically threaten anyone and trying to tie Karen and Aiden together in the witness intimidation. That's what they were trying to do. So they were just trying to get as many witnesses, and that's why they were knocking on all these doors too with Bukaki driving all over the state. They were trying to create like a big, like it was a RICO crime, like it was La Costa Nostra, but it wasn't. It was not at all. They got no traction on any of it. They just look like idiots. But none of us knew that they were going to look like such idiots back then. In a lot of respects, it was kind of a scary time, I have to admit. All right, who's on the phone? Randy. Who? What's up?
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you sound good. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for taking the call. First of all, big fan. Just started following you recently, so glad I found.
Thank you.
So this is you'll have to forgive me. It's a half-baked question, but I figured it might get you on a little bit of an interesting rant. I'm just curious your take on the political discord of the whole Karen Reed case. It's just really interesting to me. You got somebody like a traditional conservative like Turtle Boy, maybe a lot of folks actually that are a little bit more on the left, and then you got Fox News coming out with these shit articles, but then you have somebody like Howie on the other side speaking his mind. I'm just curious your take on the whole discord of it and what you think might eventually resolve in it.
Say that last part. What you think will eventually what?
How it could potentially resolve, or maybe forces come together in a positive way, something like that.
I think it's a good opportunity, especially if some politicians realize it. I think the state is ripe for it. Like we've had Republican governors, so I think there's going to be a good governor's race hopefully coming up. And even though the mayor's race in Boston probably won't be really my cup of tea, like looking at the candidates, maybe they'll start talking about some real issues here, like get into it. But I feel like I like it because when I was involved in the cannabis space early on, it was libertarians, it was Republicans, it was Democrats, it was nonpartisan people, it was everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I love that when we all just kind of work together. And then there was a period of time when we got mega polarized. I saw all of that happen, and I just like working on shit together with people like that we agree on. Like I don't know. I feel like the whole mainstream politics, Trump versus Biden, it's like a trap for people to divide them. It doesn't really, you're not going to have any effect on it. Like really, honestly. But what you can fix is your town or your city or your state government. You have much more impact there. So I think having everyone working together on this, I like it. I think it's a good thing. And like I said, like I've been saying, I like the fact that Turtle Boy and I can like look beyond politics and still be cool and work on the same issue. And same thing with Howie Carr. Like Howie Carr, someone I've been following for years, and like kind of I don't know, in a weird way, it's kind of like I'm almost like an imitation of him, but more on the liberal side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was doing print and talk. It's the same thing. Like he does print and talk. I don't really do the print anymore because I don't have the time or energy for it, and it was kind of thankless. But it's the same idea, like we've both always gotten into like the local shit. And I think that's what I always liked about them. So if I can help push them to do more of that in a way, like that's what I feel like I do in a way. It's like I kind of get in a little deeper, and then they're like, oh, we're going to get a little deeper. Look at the audience for it. Like I feel like I didn't do that for Turtle Boy necessarily, but maybe for some of the other people, especially on the liberal side, who are just like, watching silently and kind of agreeing with it and didn't have the, they weren't brave enough to say it. And I think I've seen much more of my friends on the left who are more liberal and attorneys, for instance, coming out and supporting this, which is, I like to see it. I think that it's important that we can all support this and be honest about it. Like I would like to see to see conservatives join maybe the liberals if they're ever have a issue or cause like this that is just so obvious, like how just it is, So.
Yeah, I love that take, and I feel like it's been such a breath of fresh air seeing people just really focus on a subject matter and put, some of the political biases aside. And hopefully that's, once some of the bigger Boston media outlets start talking about this story more, you just start to see that on a bigger scale. So
Yeah, and you see the friendships too, like and alley-ships. Like I was out in Canton standing out with some of the boots on the ground, and they were talking about it. Like one of the MAGA dudes that I'm friends with, he was laughing. It wasn't even at me; it was at he talking about some of the other folks who are left-wing liberals in Canton. How he doesn't mention it. He won't mention it around them because he likes them. He likes them. He doesn't want to put it in their face. He knows that they hate Trump and they all like each other, and he's a Trumper. So like this is neighbors now who are opposite voting politically a lot of times, but sometimes now they're voting together, and they're just voting against the corruption. So it's interesting how people are getting a little more respectful when you like somebody, right? Like you don't want to be a dick. You don't want to bring it up. You don't want to just kind of tone it down around them, right?
yeah, I love it. I think it's great. And then I hate when people try and divide something like this when it's obviously a positive thing. So all the trolls out there can try, but I know you got some ribeyes to get to. I want to thank you for taking the call. You never know when a Randy calls. It could be a crash test dummy. So
I know I was worried. And I know a crazy Randy from way back too. So I was like, oh man, who's this gonna be? You never know. You never
right,
know.
thanks.
Could have been Randy Price too from Channel 7 back in the day. He's a good guy. I like him. I don't know if people know him. There's some good Randys out there. Thank you for calling, Randy. Whoever you are, that was a good call. He had a Randy sounded good too. A nice clear call. That's what I like about the StreamYard. Even if people don't want to show their face, it's like radio. Yeah, this Randy was chill. I think we should rename him. Next time he calls in, Chill Randy. He's chill. I like it. Great call, Randy. If you haven't called before, please call again. I have a feeling I might even know who that was. That voice sounded a little bit familiar. I think that might be a fake name. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that might be the first time they're calling in as Randy. Maybe we'll find out. He had a good voice. Randy does have a good voice. Please call again, Randy. Now I have pinned in the chat right now. At the very top of the chat is the StreamYard link. If you want to call in, you have anything you want to talk about. Maybe you just want to talk about the poll. The poll right now. We have a poll up. And it's what do you think the list of 27 is in the Bederow letter, the latest Bederow letter? Is it more fake victims? Is it a list of 27 fake victims that they had? Or is it free Karen Reed targets that they wanted to go round up and harass and accuse of witness intimidation and wiretapping and all this other crazy shit that wasn't true? Or none of the above? What do you think? Free Karen Reed targets right now is still leading. It's gone down a little bit. It's 47%. 37% of you think fake victims. I get it. I wouldn't put it past KP to have a list of 27 fake victims. That they were leading with both of those things at the same time. 27 decorated dudes. That could be it, actually. We got 27 decorated dudes. Yeah, this is another. This is basically the witness intimidation. This is, there's like subsections of that, obviously, what it could be. And this is a very good suggestion of what it could actually be, like even to the fine detail of it. So you're right on the mark. 27 people that was sent the video by TB, in my honest opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely could be that. And I don't think it was actually sent to 27 people, by the way. But that's why I think, if Patty, if this was true, it's going to be a big list probably. Who knows? She just makes up shit. So 27 people saying that they were sent the video, that could definitely be it. Definitely. Please pass the pepper. Send a super sticker for $9.99. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cynthia, who gifted 10 Young Jerks memberships. 27, the number of holes Sean on the golf play like today. I hope he played some. Good for Sean. I know Sean, takes a lot of. I just enjoy golf, Hope he's enjoying it. All right, we had somebody up and then they just dropped off. I was reading too many comments. Oh yeah, it's definitely a made up number. That's the key too. Like 27. Do you really believe that there's 27 out there? No. Who is in the know? I'm wondering if it's you, Courtney H. Maybe I should hit you up. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get anyone in trouble if you are the Courtney H I'm referring to. You might know. Throw us some hints. No, don't throw us any hints. We'll find out hopefully soon. Okay. So you're not the Courtney H, because the Courtney H is there's a Courtney Haley, who is Tim Bradle's paralegal. I speak to sometimes. So I was just referring to her. I thought you might be Courtney H. Yeah, I mean, if I think I'm as good of a person who doesn't really know that might know. You know what I mean? Just reading between the lines on this. And I think that last person who made the comment that it's the 27 people that KP thinks received the audio, that is probably exactly what it is. If I had to bet on it, if to fine tune it down, it could be also a greater, 27 people she's accusing of witness intimidation. People posted things online about LG. It could be that. But I think it's something like that. It's 27 people that they wanted to harass, that they wanted to say, "Hey, Turtle Boy, you did something wrong," and I'm absolutely sure I'm on that list. Let's put it that way. I'm pretty sure if there is an actual list of 27 names, I'm probably at the top. Probably one of the first couple names, because that's how they were going back then. See, there's some other things. Maybe I can see what you're saying, but I'm not sure, and I'm not going to post them up right now. See, that's actually this is another one. It could be that too. It could be something about the sex videos. This is how messed up they are. Think about that. Do you think and the issue, the Mass State Police and the DA, let's say it is the sex tapes, on any of this shit, on any of the stuff we're laying out here, the problem for the DA and the Mass State Police is, did they follow up on this? And if not, why not? This is your top confidential informant, right? And you're not following up on shit, or you did and you found out it was bullshit, right? So no matter which way it slices, this is not good for them. That's why it's in there. She was trying to develop something that it's BS. And I never received a subpoena on any of this shit. Nope. And that's, again, if she was accusing me, if she was up there on Twitter accusing me of crimes, saying I had to go speak to Tully up on Twitter on a public post, saying I better go talk to Tully or else. And they never came and visited me. They never subpoenaed me. Do you think that they thought she was full of shit? I have a feeling they did on a lot of this. But trust the crust. But other times they trusted the crust, didn't they? And now they know. Now they know that they can't trust the crust anymore. So whatever it is, there's going to be pushback on it, because did they go talk to those 27 people? And if they did, why didn't they charge people? Right? And then KP acting like she's not nervous right now. Are people still making fun of upset about having ads on YouTube channels? If you don't want ads on the YouTube and you want to be in the chat, you can always upgrade. You can pay more. Or if you want to watch a show for free with no ads, you can always go to Facebook or Twitter. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I know, right? I don't think there were any rubber duckies at that point. So we know it's not about rubber duckies. A list of 27 people who had a rubber ducky in their hand walking through Canton. It's not that. Rubber duckies came later. This was early. This was 2023. Beginning of January 2024. The crust is crumbling. I'm gonna head out. This is time for me to enjoy my night and have a good dinner tonight. Have I seen anything about the Haverhill case? Yeah, I saw a little video. It's really hard to see and know what went on there. I could see why people are concerned. I just don't know enough about it. Same thing with the North Andover case. There's issue North Andover with that police officer. She got shot and they're charging her. I think that's very strange. I think Tim Bradle representing her is a good thing. And yeah, I think there's probably some smoke and with fire with for the North Andover Police Department on that one because it seems not good for them. And I'm hearing a lot of whispers. So I would be more concerned if I was the North Andover Police than I was the Haverhill Police. Honestly, even though it probably looks worse for the Haverhill Police and there's more people protesting right now. But again, I don't know enough about either situation. I'm just saying from what I'm seeing. The Haverhill situation, the guy was acting erratic. A lot of times when people are that erratic, it's some kind of weird drug, allergy, weird thing that happens. And a lot of times they have heart attacks. So who knows? He was overstimulated, had a bunch of police on him. This is really tough. Who knows what happened there? I don't know if the police went too far. I have no idea. Just watching the video, it's tough to see. But the North Andover Police Department, the one who shot their own police officer, knowing she had postpartum, it just seems very strange, man. It doesn't. That one seems a little more troublesome to me. Nick Starrow. Nick says for the cost of one Brennan, one CV fraudster, yes, Shannon Burgess, and one blue pink eye Welcher, you can buy 1.7 rubber ducks, 1.7 million. That's true. And look, I only got one single rubber duck here, like legit rubber duck from the MAGA Duck King himself, Rich Schiffer. If you know, you know. There it is. This is the duck that Rich Schiffer gave me that ended up in a Canton police report. That's the one. I only needed one. I didn't need 1.7 million of them. It's so true, though. How much money was spent, Nick? So much money. So much money. Just between Brennan and like you said, the CV fraudster and the blue paint guy. You're not even including the state police overtime and the security and the court costs. Just those three people. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable, Nick. Thank you for the super chat. Very generous. I'm not sure what that currency is. I'm assuming it's hear ye, hear you, hear me. What about Fanning? He needs to go. Yeah, he's like the last one, right? It's probably the last one to get brought down. The last one. All right, so I got it. Swedish krona. I always forget that one. I know you're Swedish, but I always forget your currency. I don't know why we know yen, we know Deutschmarks, and we know sterling pounds, but I'm just not. As a money guy, I felt like I should know all the currencies, like especially the Western ones, you know. But I always get caught up on that one. The Swedish krona. All right. Yeah, we're gonna find out a lot more with Birchmore. What goes with ribeyes? You tell me. What do you usually do? Usually I have some vegetables, but tonight, well, I guess it is a vegetable. We're gonna do corn on the cob. We get some corn on the cob. We're gonna do. Usually I do like some type of green beans, but I'm just gonna do corn on the cob tonight. Baked potatoes, yeah. Twice baked potatoes sounds good. I usually like potato too, or carrots. Yeah, carrots. They're laughing. No carrots tonight. That's only chicken. Anything chicken, carrots. Do a baked potato. Yeah. Usually I do like mashed potatoes, but I'm too lazy tonight. I don't even think I have any potatoes left actually. Or asparagus. No asparagus. Sometimes I'll do broccoli. Ooh, that sounds good. Potato salad. But I'm doing it's like I said, steak and corn. And keeping it simple. See, now you're making me hungry. All right. I want to thank everyone for the super chats tonight and all the new memberships. I shouldn't say tonight, today. It's more today. We're still not really in the evening yet, even though I'm ready for dinner. Oh, I want to say it's funny because I know she got a lot of crap the other day for that interview with Turtle Boy. I've always liked her. Um, I saw what Turtle Boy said about her in terms of her response, which I did find was weird. But I gotta say, I just checked my Cash App, and on Wednesday night at 11:20 p.m., so after my show was over, I got $50 from AV7 Digital. That's AV to the seventh power. So I wanted to thank her. She said for a great stream, and she sent me $50 the other night. I really appreciate that. And I do like her, and I hope she comes back stronger. Yeah, I guess there's a Mr. Reed interview tonight with Billy Bush. That's going to be interesting. Right, I think that's it. I think we're good to go. Keep it simple. I'm ready for some steak. It's funny because I didn't watch the whole interview. I just watched a little bit of it, and I could see how it was awkward. They just weren't clicking, and I could tell on both ends. But I didn't see anything that was really. But I heard it did get even more awkward. But Yeah, I just think the response kind of sucked, honestly. But I don't know. But I appreciate that she sent me $50 the other night. So, and I like her. She's always been nice to me, and I think she's funny. Like I watch some of her videos, I do laugh. But we all have our moments, I guess. Not easy. Someone says Billy Bush has a channel. Yes, but I guess he's got Mr. Reed on tonight, which is going to be good. I would check it out if I had a link, but I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, and give her some grace. I do like her. And I appreciate she sent me $50 too. That's a nice. That's very nice. She didn't need to do that. All right, I'm gonna head out. And like I said, I'm not sure when I'm doing my next show. I mean, like I said, I'm feeling like I'm on summer vacation. I'm definitely gonna be again on Grace Curley's show on Friday. That's the only thing I have scheduled for the week. But you never know. I may pop up with an interview last minute this week. You never know. I love just kind of surprising you all too. So I'm just at this point, I'm just reading your chat. I love that when I don't know when to say goodbye because I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, I did. I enjoyed that interview with Turtle Boy the other night too. That was fun. I gotta say, I do get a little nervous with him. You know, it's. Usually I don't really get that nervous, honestly. But it's time to go eat. I want to thank the 8 super chats I got tonight. Appreciate it. Actually, 7. I had a comment start. It's at 8, but it was 7. What the Duck gifted 5 Young Jerks memberships. Wallflower says renewed their membership. What the Duck also gifted again 5 Young Jerks membership. Much appreciated. What the Duck. Please pass the pepper. At $9.99. Cynthia 1880. Thank you for gifted 10 Young Jerks memberships. To my friend Nick, who's got a channel, make sure you follow him. The Krona, he sent me 50 Kronas. Thank you for that. He reminded us how much it cost. We could have bought 1.7 million duckies for the cost of Brennan and the Aperture guys. Could have bought 1.7 million rubber duckies. Hear you, hear me. Sent $1.99 and brought up Fanning. Thank you so much. Thank you to our Mont team. And I'll see everyone soon. Yeah, I'm going to go eat. Thank you, Mon team. Thank you, Sarah, Shock and Horror. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, Jen O, and Stephanie and Scott McGinnis in the chat tonight or today. I'll see you next time. I'm looking forward to seeing who those 27 are. Hopefully, we get that list soon. Looking forward to the next Turtle Boy hearing. That's coming up this month in August, beginning of August. We're almost in August. All right, I'll see everyone soon. Have a great night. Be safe. Later. Eat well.